अस्सलाम वालेकुम दोस्तों, टेक टीवी में अपने सेगमेंट में हाजिर हैं लीडर्स टॉक। आज हमारे साथ बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग मेहमान हैं मिस्टर अली निसार। ही इज़ द मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर ऑफ ट्रैफिक डिजिटल and he's also a thought leader and digital transformation consultant. So let's talk to him. Thank you very much, Mr. Ali Nisar, for your time. First of all, we would like to know who Mr. Ali Nisar is, and so that our viewers can inspire from a successful individual like you.
Okay, thank you. So yes, I'm Ali. I'm from the UK. I'm a British-born Pakistani, second generation. My grandparents came to the UK in the 50s. My father moved in the 60s at 10 years old. He got married to my mom, who's from Karachi. So my father was originally from the Punjab. I think Gujjar Khan.
Okay, Gujjar Khan.
I believe that's right. And my mom was from Karachi. And I remember visiting Pakistan, when a number of times when I was young, in the 80s. So I was 13, 14 at the time. And that was the last time I visited until 25 years later. But coming back to myself, I'm a technologist. I started my first career position in Vodafone UK. I was there for 11 years.
Vodafone?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was in telco. But I was there before the days of 3G, before the days of 2G. I used to program big, large analog mobile phones and do manual connections for our customers and businesses.
Okay.
And then I saw the emergence and diversion to 2G, where the first data communications were done on SMS and PCMCI cards for 1K connections. And obviously, we've come a long way from that. And I was doing this whilst at university when I was also studying electronic systems networks. So I'm a techie at heart, but it's funny because whilst at university, I moved into business at a very young age. So
what was that age?
17.
17. I mean, you came into business at 17.
Whilst I was at university and college.
Wow.
So I was providing technology solutions to customers and clients and business affinity clients in the local area, whilst also studying. Okay. So I ended up with Vodafone for about 10 years. So it was a great hands-on experience, made a lot of money as well, which was always nice. And I saw the future, which was technology, networks, communication. And I remember connecting at 1K a second using dial-up modems. Now we connect to over 50 megabits using the 4G connection. So we've come a long, long way. But it's how you understand technology that provides a stepping stone for improving of both business applications, services, and interaction for consumers. So it's been a journey.
But I mean, I just was caught up with one line of you that you were so much into future. You were thinking ahead of your age, and that's really inspiring. I mean, normally at a very young age, at 17 and 18, I mean, people are struggling with their careers and with their vision. But you actually foresee that the future is of digital. So this is big thing, but something that must have inspired you, your teachers, your environment, what that inspired you, that you saw that future is of digital.
The individual who inspired me the most was my uncle Aftab, may he rest in peace. He gave me my first computer at the age of 4.
Wow.
It was a ZX81.
And the year
1981.
81.
Yeah, so many of our viewers may remember ZX Spectrum Sinclair. It was a 1K machine in black and white. It had a rubber keyboard, and we used to connect via tape recorders, and you'd have to program the whole code to even play a simple black and white game. So I started coding at a very young age, but I'm not a developer. Okay, I'm just been an avid fanatic of technology. So from a very young age, I grew into different platforms. Eventually, both Amstrad, IBM, Commodore, and obviously all the way to the modern PC area, and then obviously now everything is mobile. So I've always been a techie, but the advantage I've had is I could communicate the advantages of technology to decision makers in businesses.
Okay.
How does technology transform businesses and help improve processes and efficiency?
Great. I mean, when we just talk to a person who is British Pakistani like you yourself, and you are coming back to your roots, just on a lighter note, I would like to know that, I mean, do you speak Urdu or not?
जी मैं बोल सकता थोड़ी बहुत
अच्छा
यहाँ 4-5 महीने हो गए अब मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कभी कभी हंसी आती है दूसरे बंदे को but I think it's important and मैं कोशिश करेंगा मैं ज़्यादा कोशिश करेंगा उर्दू
ज़रूर ज़रूर हम आपकी पूरी हेल्प करने के लिए तैयार हैं.
शुक्रिया.
Now, Mr. Ali Nisar, I would like to come towards traffic digital. What brought traffic digital to Pakistan and the potential you see that Pakistan market has? I mean, what motivated you guys to come to Pakistan?
Very good question. So when Traffic Digital started in 2009, when we opened Dubai, we opened Karachi at the same day. So Traffic's always had a presence in Pakistan and Karachi for the last 10 years. However, the personnel that has grown to over 60 plus over the last decade have always served to provide support and to our local MENA clients in the MENA region.
Okay.
Over the last year, myself and the senior management, the CEO in particular, we kept an eye on the Pakistan market and we saw an opportunity, and with the vision of the new government and the new Prime Minister, Imran Khan, which I personally have been a huge admirer. He was a role model for me as a child. I used to watch him play cricket. He was, an avid spokesperson in the UK. So, and also some of my family have been in politics here as well.
Okay.
So we believe, I believe, and so did my CEO, that if the new government does come in, then there's going to be potential change. There's going to be opportunity. And after doing our research and actually spending time here myself over the last 4 years on the ground, I established that, first of all, the population is young, it's dynamic, it's ambitious, it's educated, there's a lot of hunger. And with the cheap bandwidth here and the high penetration of digital mobile phones, the potential for transformation is huge.
I see.
Okay, so you just have to look around you and see all the investments that are happening, not just by us, but by bigger multinationals. It's an emerging market. And myself, I've traveled extensively, specifically over the last 4 or 5 years, and I looked at foreign markets like South Africa, Cambodia, Vietnam, but we call it serendipity in England, but somehow I've come back to my roots, and this is where the opportunity is. So it's like I've found my feet. But most importantly, there is massive opportunity both in specific sectors, FMCG, automotive, banking, pharmaceuticals, and long-term government.
I see. That's interesting. I mean, we look at our country with a different perspective normally. We look at problems all the time. But I mean, it's something that's encouraging that people coming from outside, even your roots were from here, but you spent your whole life, UK. But you are looking at Pakistan with a different perspective, and that's what the potential is. Yaqinan, obviously, it is said that 60%, more than 60% population is under 30 population.
Right.
So it's a huge potential. But I believe that potential is being wasted. But definitely people are coming in, people are coming out, and they are just trying to do things, and that's where the potential for your company companies like yours.
So most of our services are provided to organizations, large corporate organizations that focus on B2C products and services. And most recently we started working with government in the Middle East. So the 20 years I spent in the UK and in Europe, and the last decade I spent in MENA, we have really established ourselves in specific sectors, and we're taking that experience, knowledge and know-how and now applying it to the local market, where I believe we have potential to disrupt, to become a leader, to become recognized as thought leaders and game changers. Because with no disrespect to any of the software houses and digital agencies here, there's some wonderful creativity. I've seen some great campaigns. The recent awards that some of these agencies are winning are exceptional, and there's a number of organizations that I myself aspire to become and to become on parallel with. I'm not going to give their names, but what I've seen here is there is a dedication, there is a drive, and people are enjoying it as well.
Great.
Just on a quick note, I was talking to somebody who went to the village the other day. I don't know which village it was, and I have my own misconceptions about people in the village, and from I remember, they all used to sit around their home or their job by watching a TV. But the feedback I've got is it's not the case now. Everybody sat there on their mobile phone consuming content on Facebook, Instagram.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that shows you how far we've gone.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see that that's not only an opportunity for Pakistan, that people like you and companies like Traffic Digital coming to Pakistan, but it's two-way potential. I mean, it's encouraging that companies like you are coming to Pakistan, and definitely you're going to open a lot of opportunities for Pakistani market. When it comes to doing business, you also just here to give opportunities to.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So moving forward, now the very important question that I would ask, that the mission and the vision of your company, of your organization, and where your organization makes the difference for the customer. I mean, there are so many names and good names in Pakistan market. I mean, they're doing very good. But what about you, Traffic Digital, and how what difference your company is going to make for the customers?
Okay, so over the last 10 years, technology has always driven the digital ecosystem, and that will always continue to be the case. And over the last 5-10 years, everything online has become about content. Content is king, and how you serve that content across different channels. It has to be more relatable to the channel, the end user, and the individual markets that you're serving. Over the last year or two, there's been a convergence that both the technology and the marketing come hand in hand. So what we're doing now is providing customer-focused experiences across all touch points that drive engagement and tangible return on investment. A lot of clients spend a lot of money online just for the sake of impressions, reach, awareness. But at the end of the day, if you're spending X online, as an organization, your goal is to achieve Y in return. And what we've seen here is a lot of organizations haven't seen that correlation as yet. And that's what we're here to change, because everything now is about performance marketing.
Absolutely.
And this is where we have a wonderful opportunity to showcase the different packaged services and solutions tailored to each client that provides a very transparent return of investment.
Great. I mean, what I can add here, that you're making sure that the customer gets the value he's spending money on. I mean, the amount of money he's spending on something, the amount of return is gaugeable. I mean,
Absolutely.
in your case.
Look, we're always going to provide content that is creative, innovative, fresh, contemporary, that drives, brand loyalty and awareness, and obviously wins awards. But at the same time, it's the technology behind it that provides personalization.
Absolutely.
So the two go hand in hand. The content has to be delivered on the correct platforms, and the platforms that are out there now, that are available in the West, in the Middle East, are currently not available here. So the ad formats, the types of formats, the types of integrated platforms that we're going to be showcasing and introducing are very fresh. And these are what have worked well for us and our organizations and customers want in the Middle East, which we believe and know that the clients here will want too. Because if you look at the digital ecosystem, Middle East is at least 2-3 years behind in Europe, and Europe is a year behind the States. Pakistan, as an emerging market, is actually 2-3 years behind Middle East. So all the experience, knowledge, and client engagement that we've successfully achieved over the last decade, we can now apply successfully here and tailor it.
Great to know that. Mr. Arvind sir, that's really interesting talking to you. I would now come to a point that the market dynamics are changing very fast. The world is changing very fast due to digital transformation, and the market is also changing its behavior. The buying behavior is changing, the sales behavior is changing. So would like to know that where do you see Traffic Digital in coming 5 years, keeping market dynamic changing dynamics of market in view.
Okay, so if you look at the biggest cost of any business is resource, manpower. Digital transformation takes solutions that typically, takes the pain away from offline processing to online. When you implement this effectively and efficiently, the processes are a lot shorter. You need less resources to do so. So you're saving money straight away. But the future is applying these solutions on the cloud, where the big data that comes out of large marketing campaigns converge with AI and BI that give you the intelligence to apply it to the next steps, which the goal is customer data at certain touch points that increase your conversion rates and brand loyalty and retention.
Amazing talking to you, Mr. Ali, and I feel that I've learned talking to you even. So it's so nice, spending time with you, and I wish you very, very best of luck in your company, Traffic Engineers.
Thank you very much.